Pause St Helens, a brief introduction. The pause model is underpinned by research, which identifies the case for early intervention. What we know from research is that 65,000 women appeared in care proceedings between the dates of 2007 and 2016. 1 in 4 of those women will return to the family court, having previously lost a child through a court order. And sadly, this rises to 1 in 3 if that woman was a teenager at the time of their first child being removed. What the research also tells us is that there's a disproportionate number of women who were previously looked after children themselves. In this particular study, 40% of the women had been looked after. What the study also identifies is the range of adverse childhood experiences that have affected the women who have been through the court process. What pause does is it offers women a chance to experience a different type of service when they haven't got a child in their care. And this is crucial because when a child is in the woman's care, the priority has to be the child. So what we can offer women is a chance to have an 18-month programme of support that is broken down into some stages. Initially, women are offered a chance to just engage with us to find out more. They get to build a relationship with their own practitioner. They get to understand the programme, make some decisions around informed consent, and that includes taking a break from pregnancies for the period of 18 months. Whilst the programme is voluntary, we do ask women to make a decision by the 16-week stage of whether they actually want to take a break in pregnancy. And we ask women to make some decisions around a type of contraception that's long active and reversible that helps them to put themselves first for that period of 18 months. There's quite an intensive phase of 10 months support around the middle of the programme. And then after that, around a 4-month stage of transitional work. We talk about doing for, doing with, cheering on. At the cheering on stage, when women graduate from the programme, they're also offered the chance to stay in touch as part of a next steps offer of support. And this offers women lots of opportunities to participate in research, keeping in touch, group activities and online activities. And at the moment in St Helens, as of June 2020, we've got 14 women who are actively part of our Next Steps community, and it's growing each month. The model itself holds the woman at the centre, and whilst there are assessment and planning and reviewing activities that take place throughout the programme, each woman's plan is bespoke and they lead the way. So they decide, with some support from their practitioner, what are their top 3 areas that they want to work on. And this is reviewed and evaluated along the course of the programme. As you can see, there's a whole range of different areas that we can help women with. And that might be services that we can deliver direct, or we use our partnership relationships and local services to tap into support that women can access. So how does it work? Well, there are now pause practices in Scotland, Northern Ireland and England. Pause itself is a charity, but each practice is hosted within each area and it can look quite different. So in St Helens, the host organisation is the Borough Council. The Pause national team provide every practice with support around staff development, training, supervision, networking, and also provide us with support around performance and ensuring that we keep fidelity of the model. Locally, we establish really good relationships with our partnership services. And alongside the relationships with the partnership services are commissioners. The original study that led to the PAWS programme developing began back in Hackney in London in 2013. And it was led by a social worker at the time called Sophie Humphreys, who's the founder of PAWS. She was managing a social work team in a hospital, and she noticed that the same women were coming back time and time again and having child after child removed from their care. She decided that she wanted to do something about this and felt that something different needed to be done with the women so that the cycle of removal, repeat removal, could be broken. As of the end of May 2020, the PAWS network has now worked with nearly 400 women, and those women have had over 1,000 children removed from their care. In relation to St Helens, the original pilot was based on data from children's services records, and it identified 56 women who between them had had 213 children removed. And we were tasked with working with at least 21 of those women for the first 18 months. As you can see, there were a range of adversities that the women faced and experienced, but this was just based on children's services records. And what we've realised since from working with women directly is that there's a lot of hidden factors. For example, domestic abuse, we feel it's nearly 100%. Learning difficulties, learning disabilities and low cognitive functioning features quite highly with the women that we support. Women's experiences of sex work goes highly underreported, and linked to that is feelings of shame and guilt, and also not understanding the whole range of sex work that exists out there that women may be exploited for. So PAWS St Helens is just coming towards the end of cohort 2, and we continue to take referrals. The original programme, which started back in 2017, was a pilot, and it was linked to an ongoing Department for Education evaluation study. The original pilot in St Helens meant that we could only work with women who'd had 2 children removed in the past 5 years. However, what we noticed is that there was women slipping through the net who had only had 1 removal but had high need and high risk factors that would probably place them at great risk of further removals in the future. And when we came to deliver the second cohort, we decided locally to move that criteria down to 1 child removed. Anyone can refer a woman into PAWS. Women can refer themselves, they can ring us for a confidential chat. We won't go and speak to social workers without their consent. Social workers can refer in, as can any other service that comes into contact with a woman who you think might meet the criteria. If you are referring on behalf of a woman, we ask that you get their consent first. We try to avoid just sending out referral forms without having a case discussion, because we want to create a different service experience for women right from the start. Women's feedback is really important to us, both at the PAWS national level and at a local level. It really shapes the development of the programme and the services that we offer. It also shows the impact and the outcomes that we achieve. If you'd like to learn more about the PAWS model, the research that underpins it, and also how we offer a trauma-informed service that actually could be replicated in other services locally, then we do have some free training available. It will give you the chance to hear more detail about what we do and to really reflect on how it can influence and improve your own practice with children and families. Crucially, we also deliver it in partnership with our local sexual health team. because what we found delivering the first 2 cohorts of the programme is that women do not understand their sexual health choices, and also that some professionals lack confidence in having conversations with women. And what comes with a lack of confidence is often silence and that things go unsaid. There are then missed opportunities for affecting change. So as I say, the training is free. You can find out more details on the Safeguarding Children's Partnership website. And you can also just get in contact with the team for more information.